What happens when a man who has already spent years under the system is given one more chance at probation? But one mistake could send him back to prison for up to 10 years. In this courtroom, the judge's warning gets very serious, very quickly.
Good morning. Are you Junius Vital? And this is 25 DCCR 1374. Mr. Vital previously was here, entered a plea guilty to the third-degree felony offense of failure to comply with sex offender registration requirements. The agreement was for a cap of 4 years in prison. I've received the pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review that report?
I have, Your Honor. Yes, Judge.
Any additions or corrections?
None of them, Judge.
All right, Mr. Parker, you may proceed.
Your Honor, Mr. Vital, he's, as far as I understand, he's done a pretty good job reporting for the last 10 years. He's lived around here, and he's also lived in the Houston area. I think the Houston was the last place that he was registered properly. He ended up going to a place called the Wheelhouse. I think it was called the Wheelhouse in Deer Park area. He tried to register there, but he wasn't actually a resident. He was doing jobs out of there, but he was living in his car. And then when they denied him because of city ordinance, that's why he couldn't live there, city ordinance rules. Then he appealed it, and it still got denied. And then he applied. He was going back and forth between his sister's house in Beaumont and working there in Houston. And you tried to apply here in Beaumont as well.
That's where I registered in Beaumont.
Yeah.
So where are you registered right now?
My sisters keep them for all folks in Beaumont.
In Beaumont.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's where you're living, and you are properly registered at this
Yes,
time.
And I believe he's had some issues in the past. He had a substance abuse issue. He's done well with that. I think, he's not one that just ignored what he's supposed to do. I think he's tried, which is way more than I can say for a lot of people. We're asking the court to give him probation, Judge.
Mr. Smith?
Judge, the state's going to argue for 4 years in prison in this case. The nature of the previous aggravated sexual assault of a child, I think the facts were fairly aggravating, and he was given probation initially, wound up getting revoked when he committed a new offense, and was revoked and sent to TDC for a 30-year sentence and then a 20-year sentence. It looks like even the PSI notes that even though the criminal history is limited, the circumstances of the offenses are severe. He was given probation in the past that resulted in revocation, and looks like he does try to justify his actions in the PSI interview.
I may respond.
Hold on, I just wanted to, when did you parole out? How long have you been out?
2015.
2015. And so since 2015, there haven't been any issues with reporting and it looks like, so while you were since you've been on parole, you've also gone to ISF, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's why I was still in parole. I discharged in 2022.
You did?
And I would just like to say that, part of his revocation was, as according to him, and I think the probation officer was substance issues, and I think that's part of the reason why he didn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was revoked a year after based on a possession case. And that, I mean, I don't disagree with Mr. Smith, but the criminal history, I mean, we're talking about 1991, 1993. We've had 11 years of reporting, and the wheelhouse is somewhere. I understand you're trying to get some help and do some good things, but you understand you can't do that if you can't.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to be able to be somewhere where you we know where you are
Yes, ma'am.
and that you're properly registered.
And that's when they went and denied me out there.
Go ahead.
When they denied me out there, so I talked to them. And when I came, I said, I'm just going out there and going, register, back in Beaumont. And then I was still trying to, continue, to work in the program.
Okay.
Drug and treatment program.
So are you clean now?
Yes, ma'am.
Just double check that this morning, okay? Have a seat in the jury box. I'm gonna have you drug tested this morning. Mr. Parker, you've got Regina Williams, 2 cases.
Yeah, Joe,
Sorry.
I haven't done any paperwork on it, but. This is Miss Malfino's case. We're supposed to be providing Miss Malfino with an affidavit. We have a copy of the affidavit, but it hasn't been signed. I told her that the person needs to actually go to the DA's office to present to them. So that's where we are. She showed the document to me today, and I'm trying to get her to get the victim to go, or not the victim, this person to go to the DA's office and sign the document in front of them. And that should resolve the case, but I can't.
Both cases?
Both.
So this is gonna be the last reset. So either they go up there and do what they've got to do. They've got to go to the district attorney's office to do that. You can't just take something for them. They have to go do it. Okay. And if they don't, then when we come back, we'll have to work something else out. All right. This will be the last one.
Don't wait till day before court because, okay, well, I'm just telling you.
Talk to them and tell them if they don't go take care of this soon, then it's going to be you having some issues here in court next time. Okay. All right. You're free to go.
Junia's Vitals case shows just how closely probation conditions can be watched, and Terrence Currington's case proves that a second chance can come with strict rules. But the real question is, will these defendants stay out of trouble, or will we see them back in court? Subscribe now and turn on notifications, because the next courtroom case could be even more shocking.